Hello everybody and welcome along to a World of Tanks with the Noob Plate. The Noob Plate is me, Jeebus, with my two buds, Grizz and Aarooni, who is going to battle solo today in his Cromwell B. And he's going to have to try to carry his team because, as you can see in the XVM stats, they are quite tomato. That's happening quite a bit around Christmas. I guess there's new players joining or people who are returning to the game after a wee gap who maybe weren't so good or at least didn't stick around long enough to get decent. So it's something you just have to put up with at this time of the year, and particularly around holiday periods, school holidays in particular. Try not to rant out if you can. It's sometimes difficult to maintain one's composure, but you just got to do your best and try to carry, which is what Aarooni is going to try and do today. So he's taking the sensible position for a medium approaching from the south. A fast tank approaching from the north should always try and take that little middle road, at least on the Southeast Asia or Asia server. That's how it tends to go. There's no shots on anything down there at the moment because it's all pretty well hidden. So the other thing that mediums will tend to do, excuse me, this cold is not going away. The other thing that mediums will tend to do is to fight in the suburbs here. There will usually be mediums and light tanks up here. Sometimes there will be tank destroyers camping at either end of those roads to support. And it looks like there's an M4 about to go down. Oh, the shell hit the fence. So the kill was stolen there, but as long as you can get a long range sniping at the artillery, this is first skill for Aarooni. So once you've dealt with the suburbs, you've got two options. You can either try and rush around to the cap for the opposition team, deal with any artillery that might be camping there still. But you can see in this matchup there's hardly any tank destroyers and only one more artillery, which suggests that it's likely there's not going to be that much there. That was a fairly average shot. Too much lead. Oh, that was another bad one. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to predict where tanks are going to go. So if there's unlikely to be too much there, you actually need to go and support your team, your heavies in particular, who should be trying to hold the town. But it looks like one of the enemy has already managed to flank through and are threatening Aarooni's cap, so he's going to have to go and try and deal with them. Try not to have too many more of his team die. And rear shots should make it pretty simple, as long as he can avoid getting shot, and he gets a bit of support from the other Cromwell. So the team's up to 7-5 now. They're doing pretty well, but all the good players on the enemy team are still alive, so this is not, I wouldn't say this is close yet. I would say that the advantage still lies with them. Sides of the Churchill one, it's as big as a barn. They're knocked down. So you can see that even at 8-8, some of these guys are on relatively low health, so that will make it a bit easier, but they've swung the battle back already. All their good players are still alive, and all but one. That's who Aarooni's got to fight to win this battle. It's why the XVM stats are useful, actually, is being able to identify who the threats are and attempt to deal with them first. Or last, as it's happening in this case. So there's just a bit of a lull here as Aarooni tries to identify players, and there's another Japanese heavy just splatting with HE. Actually, that was AP. Clearly he doesn't use the normal method of the Japanese heavies. And you can see that these long range shots aren't particularly accurate, but that snapshot there catches the shoulder of the OI experimental and kills him. We didn't even scratch them. They're knocked out. And manages, I don't even know how that shell hit, but manages to pick up a kill. But now Aarooni's in a really tricky position. He's contending a top gun, but has not a huge amount of support left. There's only artillery, and he's going to get flanked at some point by the enemy tanks. It's just a matter of when, really. At the moment he's trying to face off against one of the new cheek Skodas and the little FV British artillery, both of which should be pretty close to a one-shot for him now, but he's got to be careful of anything approaching from behind. There goes the top gun. It's a solid result, but can he win it? So I think this is the right play. Go forward, take out the FV if you can first.
Ready to fire.
Oh, unlucky with the auto aim. Had to take slightly evasive maneuvers. Oh, missed again. This is not good.
Enemy armor is
Oh, and the FV was actually a 2-hit.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Another good result there. Picks up 7th kill. The artillery on his team is still alive, and has actually done a really interesting ploy, which is to get to the cap at the far end. The enemy won't know whether that was the Cromwell B or the artillery, I think. I suppose it would have shown on the mini-map, so they might have figured it out. Now this is going to be tricky, because you don't know where the enemy are, and they could be anywhere. Oh, and there they both are. Oh dear. Run! Yeah. Oh well, now the enemy's been identified. You know where they are, and they know what the health is. What are you going to do, Aarooni? I guess try a double bluff. Shouldn't be spotted anymore, but doesn't have 6th sense. Oh, and that hurt. So without 6th sense, it was probably spotted before he spotted the OI, I think. And heartbreak. I think we'll just, if we can, we'll try and speed up the replay from now. No point waiting to see the artillery get killed. And once that's happened, we'll go check the post-game stats. So, heartbreak for Aarooni there, but still manages to pick up the top gun and a decent whack of experience as well. 1300 experience with 23,500 silver. It's not a bad effort at all. And I think, given the quality of the team, unsurprising to lose, I suppose. But just looking at the number of kills, 7 kills, 1152 damage, so not as much as some of the other tanks, which is not a surprise. The Cromwell B doesn't have like ridiculous damage output. It's got good DPM, but you know, not crazy. But picking up 848 base XP in a defeat is actually really good going. So congrats, Aarooni. Disappointment for the loss, but well done on the Top Gun, buddy. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again on the next replay, hopefully on Sunday.